So now we're going to talk about a few tight end cheat codes. Again, we're talking about ways to gain edges in the fantasy playoffs, or at least players you want to block your opponents getting. Talk about a potential cheat code. Jeff Driskel, 0% roster. He's out there in your leagues. Why is he worth talking about, this crap-ass quarterback? Because he's also tight end eligible for whatever reason, at least on Yahoo. You got to obviously check your league. If he's not tight end eligible, don't even bother considering the guy. But they're expected, according to Aaron Wilson, Texans beat reporter, to keep using both Davis Mills and Jeff Driskel. They split snaps pretty close down the middle this past week, with Driskel coming in on those short yardage situations mostly, which gives him a lot of touchdowns. This obviously ruins Mills in any sense of the word, who threw 21 pass attempts compared to just 6 for Driskel. But Driskel ran that ball 7 times, a little bit of Konami upside, but most importantly, that you can play at your tight end position. And what if they just decide, we're done with the Davis Mills experiment, let's see what Jeff Driskel's got, and he just plays and throws the ball 25 times, runs it 15 times, and you got a Konami quarterback at your tight end spot? Whew. Even on this shitty-ass Texans, that would be well worth a probably top 3 tight end in fantasy, given how bad the position is. Like, you'd have Kelsey. Even Andrews right now is pretty damn sketchy. So give me a quarterback that's running all over the place as a potential starting tight end. So you don't need a running back, you don't need a receiver, and you just need a tight end, which almost every single one of us does. I feel like Jeff Driskel is the absolute man for you on the waiver wire this week. Go check it out. I could see him just being a title winner if he eventually takes this role over. And in addition, Taysom Hill, reminder about his cheat code eligibility. Tight end, of course, 44% roster got dropped because of a lot of bye weeks. He's another guy that Saints lost season. What if they want to just turn the reins over to him, make him a quarterback? We saw this happen last year where people were so pissed that Taysom Hill was a quarterback, racking up 20 points at your tight end spot. It could be that cheat code again. And even if it's not, even if it is just the Taysom Hill role we've seen all year, that's been good for 5 top 10 weeks, 5 of 12 times, 3 top 3 finishes on the season with 2 number 1 tight end overall finishes as early as most recently last time he was out there in week 13 against Tampa Bay. He put up 12 fantasy points. That made him the tight end 1 for the week. That's how abysmal this position has been. But don't forget, 34 points against Seattle in week 5 with 112 rushing yards, 4 total touchdowns for Taysom Hill that week. If you're just tossing a dart at tight end, what better than Taysom Hill at this point? So again, maybe he gets converted to a quarterback for these final few weeks, and even if not, a lot of upside to him. But if it's one or the other, I honestly think I prefer Driskel because I think there's a better shot he ends up taking over a full-time quarterback role, even in the lesser offense here. Both of these guys, either way, tight end cheat codes that are likely out there, at least Driskel in your leagues. And if you just want your more traditional tight ends, you miss out on those other 2 guys. Chigoziem Okonkwo. Not sure if I butchered it. Again, I should probably know because we talked about him many times now on this show. 14% rostered. His first extensive action, 6 targets, 6 catches, 45 yards, and the score. He comes through. My Hail Mary of the week at tight end last week, he came through big time for us. Now, granted, he still only played 33 of the 67 snaps, but that 50% snap share was by far his highest. More encouragingly, was out there in 3 receiver sets, the main pass catching option. He can maintain that insane efficiency with 2.58 yards per route run on the season, number 1 among all tight ends. Also got a carry, so they're using him in these creative ways. He's got 30-plus yards in 6 straight, so there's a little bit of a floor here, making big play after big play each and every week. So another tight end worth checking out if you miss on Driskel, again, the quarterback tight end cheat code style player. Taysom Hill also out there in a bunch of leagues, but Chigoziem Okonkwo is a traditional tight end, looks great. Well worth, I'd say, a quarter of your FAAB or so if you're. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.